What's going on, guys? Just a couple hours prior to making this video, some new Saints Row Gat Out of Hell footage was released, so without further ado, let's get into this analysis.
Once upon a time in a...
It looks like Jane Austen, the narrator from Saints Row 4, will be returning to narrate Saints Row Gat Out of Hell.
Hosts of heaven and hell were forced to take note. A man dangerous enough to bring Satan to his knees, but selfless enough to make God himself raise an eyebrow.
Fuck this!
So if we pause the frame and take a look a little bit to the background, it looks to me like there's a Let's Pretend sign, which could possibly mean a Let's Pretend return in this new game. The two weapons in this clip look like returning weapons from Saints Row 4, the 45 Shepherd and the rocket launcher. If you take a look, you can see the 45 Shepherd doing that little bounce effect, which obviously means that that gun is either fully upgraded or comes like that. Either way, it leads me to ask the question if you're going to be able to downgrade weapons. No! Because it's
too hard to code it. Yeah.
Anyway, you can then see that the Steelport garbage truck will be returning with its own little hell remodel. So if we pause the frame once again, we can see the new weapon that represents the Sin Wrath, obviously. And you can see it has a little thing on the back, which makes me wonder if it's strictly just for a weapon design, or if that thing actually does something like maybe a jetpack or something like that, which I highly doubt, but it's always fun to speculate. You can also see that the gas station in the background is an Altor themed gas station. This right here is what every single citizen will look like, so get used to that son of a bitch, because that's all you're getting. Because fuck the consumer. Now you can see a monster truck in the background, and the enemy that you'll be fighting most often in this game. Now this is the gluttony gun, representing the gluttony sin, obviously. And it looks like this gun will have some sort of slime effect on the enemies that you shoot it with.
That's why you're helping us? To make more money in hell?
Hell's what you make of it, sweetie.
Now these two pistols will represent the greed sin, and it looks really nice actually. Now what you just saw there was the gun that represents the sin lust. I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption that this gun will work similar to the Genki Manifold gun that mind controls your enemies from Saints Row the 3rd. Right now you can see the sloth weapon in action that most of us have already seen before, but just to make a quick observation, it looks like this map has very little road, and it could be the gameplay that they're showing, or just simply because there's flying in this game, so you don't really need roads all that much.
That's more like it.
We can see that we have the exact same animation as Saints Row 3 and 4 as pretty much all of the melee weapons. And if you pause right here, you can see a car in the background which looks to be a Churchill, returning from Saints Row 3 and I believe Saints Row 4, which leads me to ask the question if there's going to be a lot of variety in cars, due to the fact that there's now flying in the game. They don't really need to focus on vehicle travel very much. Now what you're seeing right there could be a first look at a new activity in this new Hades map, because keep in mind there's no missions, just activities. Hey! Now I truly can't tell if this is a new bike or just a reskinned one from a previous game, but I'm going to go ahead and make an educated guess and say it's just a reskinned bike. Now I'm not going to lie, this part of the map looks awesome. Now we can see a gun, and I'm pretty sure it's just the LMG from Saints Row 4. You can see that he's in some sort of nightclub, which also makes me think that because of the map size and it being much smaller than Steelport, that they'll have a lot more enterable buildings. Right here you can see Gat kicking this weird object, and I truly do not have a clue what this is. And if we pause right here, going back on what I just said, you can see a little 2D paper looking wall, which doesn't look like it had too much detail put into it at all. And I mean, it's acceptable for a couple of things, but I mean, if this is a repeated thing, then that's very lazy of them. Hey, here we can see some gameplay of a new car. Wait. Oh, no, my mistake. False alarm. It's actually just a reskinned Torch.
Playtime is over, Mr. Gat.
Defiant to the end!
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. In the background, you can see some sort of advertisement or something of tacos, which is always nice, I guess. Hey, maybe there's some radio commercials now, like in the old days. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I know I didn't go too in-depth in this analysis, but thank you for staying tuned. I don't know how much replayability this game will have, but I'm going to give it a shot, no matter the circumstances of the old school versus new school bullshit. So we'll see how it goes. Once again, thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Peace.